Deny oppressors access of you through your relentless focus on your creative gifts. Oppressors are those who basically tell you to be less than who you are, making you doubt your inner knowing, putting you down. They make you doubt your abilities to create the life that you want around your creative gifts. They make you doubt the fact that you can manifest a life around your creativity, acting like you're a fool for doing what you do and that you don't know anything about life, about what it means to be an adult, what it means to be a human being, and what you need to do in order to be a fully functioning individual in our society. We just don't get it because we think we can be an artist. We need to come back down to earth. We need to realize that that's a really difficult thing to do, and humble up and become a nurse or become a teacher or become a whatever it is that you might think is more practical than becoming an artist. Whether these oppressors be a loved one, a community member, a therapist, a teacher, notice that these people are always acting helplessly when they're doing the oppressing, right? What they're doing, what they're saying, and how they're operating, it is always because they are being controlled themselves. So don't let them control you if they're being controlled themselves. They agree with lack, fear, and envy, distorting our reality with doubt and scarcity. Those that are controlled want more and more and more money, believing that they need more and more and more for their own survival. They think they need more stuff. They think this stuff has to be more expensive. The more expensive the stuff is around them, the more safety they feel that they possess. When these people are telling you that you can't, a lot of times it's not out of malicious intent. They are probably people that love you, people you care about, people that care about you, and they're trying to save you from the turmoil of failure. They're trying to help you see what will make your life easier if you just fall in line. These people that love us, that give us this advice to stop being an artist and start being practical and grow up and all of this, these people do mean well. Their desire for you to have security in the same ways that they have, clinging to the things they needed to do in order to get to where they are, and all of the mistakes they made that kept them from getting there sooner, and they want to save you from all the failures that they feel they went through or the time they wasted. They want to save you from that. They do have good intentions behind their actions and the things that they say and how they doubt you and all this stuff. It's not evil, it's just oppressive. When you tell them about this creative endeavor that you're on and how this is what you want to do with your life, and you think it could work out for you because you have an idea, or you feel different from the rest, or you feel like you could really make it with the skill that you possess, whether that be through music, art, like painting, or if that be through poetry or writing or filmmaking, whatever it may be. This basically contradicts the things they've been told how to be, told how to live, how to be successful, how to make a life for themselves. This contradicts all the things that they've been told, right? When they are faced with someone that is trying to do something different or saying things that make sense but it goes against all of the things they've been told, they become angry. But a person who is clear in their knowing and trusting of themselves, and even when they're harassed by others and they know that these people, their oppressors, are being controlled themselves, they know that they're acting helplessly under the control of their own thoughts, their own beliefs, their own threats, concepts, ideas. They notice what the oppressors are doing and saying and how they're operating is because they're being controlled and they're allowing people to control them. So, since these people are being controlled, the people that are sure of themselves and trust themselves, they don't let these oppressors control them. Easier said than done though. When it's our family member that we respect, like say it's our father or our mother or our mother-in-law or whoever it might be, or therapist who we pay to give us this advice. And it's just about paying attention when things aren't the way that these people have been told to be, what to have, how to live, how to be normal, how to be successful. They become upset. They need you to fall in line with with the things they've been told, because they've shaped their whole lives around what they've been told on how to be and what to do to be successful and all of this stuff. So when you're doing something different, it freaks them out to the core. It makes them feel helpless and they become angry, really. I've experienced anger from these types of people, and they believe their thoughts. They believe they are their thoughts when really they're the thinker. They're the one who can conjure up whatever reality they want, and they're choosing to conjure up the reality of scarcity. The thing is that our mind doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's pretend. So you could really tell your mind anything, you could think any thought, and your mind will behave as if that is true. So it's like, take watching a movie, for example. Last night I watched Babylon, unfortunately. I was just interested in the movie because it seemed like it would have like a critical viewpoint on Hollywood, because basically the whole thing was that Hollywood is just a center of like trying to sway the people like into going down a path of destruction, because that's what Babylon is, like in the Bible and like religious texts. That's what Babylon is supposed to be, like a place of inequity and all this stuff. So I was interested in what Hollywood would have to say about their own Babylonic tendencies. And of course they had Brad Pitt, Margot Robbie, like all these Hollywood celebrities commenting on Hollywood. But then I just feel like they do this reverse psychology thing whenever they do that, like telling you what's up, and then like making it so ridiculous and with all these famous people that you almost think they're making a commentary against it, like how ridiculous is this, why would we do any of this? But then they like blatantly put it in your face. Anyways, it was a scary movie for me, because it was just like creepy, and I saw how a lot of the things they were depicting probably were exaggerated but had some lick of the truth in them, and it just creeped me out. And it was a long movie, and basically I went right to sleep after I watched it, and I had a tortured nightmare. So basically what I'm just trying to say is our mind doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's pretend. That's why after you watch a scary movie, you are sometimes afraid to like walk in the dark when you're feeling like there might be a ghost. Our lives have basically been contaminated by violence and suffering by oppressors, the big dog oppressors, the people that are literally committing genocide, or the ones that are making the horror movies. Why would someone want to create something that to emotionalize terror, hate, and fear onto their audience? And same with the government, like why would they be doing that? But I digress. Enough about the movies. I want to bring it back to like oppressors in our lives, not like these big oppressors, just like the people in our lives. When we're sharing what we want to do creatively with our lives, I want to be a painter. That's what I want for myself. I know that I can do it. I manifest the future through my actions now, and as long as I keep my head down and do what I need to do, it's gonna happen. But when I find myself telling, like for example, just like people that are older that are asking me what I want to do and all this stuff, I just feel this sense of like they don't think that it's gonna work. I just want to also point out that there's no need to take offense by the reactions to what it is that you want to do with your life. There's no need to take offense. There's no need to let them hurt your feelings. Or live in sorrow about how they don't like you, or they don't support you, or they don't see the motivations behind why you want to be a creative, and how all these things that you've noticed in your life and how you are connected with yourself. You want what's best for them as well, so you try to help them, and it doesn't work. There's no reason to take offense or let them hurt your feelings. Oh, my dad never loved me. Oh my, if they would only just do this, then my life would just be so perfect. ruining every single moment of joy that we could possibly have in the present by focusing on these things. If only they would have done this, if only they would just see me for who I am, if only they would just do this, do that, do this, do that. Lamenting in the past and hankering in the future, thinking to ourselves, it wasn't good enough, they weren't good enough, we weren't good enough for them, over and over and over and over and over again. Instead, stop policing yourself. Stop policing the things that you have, the money you have, telling yourself it's not enough, telling yourself you're not enough. Just stop policing yourself. Stop telling yourself you need to make X amount of money. Stop telling yourself you need beautiful, amazing things. Stop telling yourself you need the most gorgeous house in the world. Just stop shaming yourself for not having any of these things. And when you do that, you don't allow the oppressors to oppress you, because you know how they're being controlled, because you know the feeling. You've been there, you've done that, you understand what they're going through, and that is them. That doesn't have to be you too. You don't have to let them control you in the same ways that they're being controlled by somebody else. It could stop with you. Maybe your actions will inspire someone else that you love to do the same. Maybe you can tell someone at the end of all of this, this is how I did it, and I will help you do the same. Because you know in yourself what it is that you are doing is beautiful, and you're grateful for everything that you have, and you are on a path and you're focused, and you don't let the oppressors oppress you. You deny them access to you, and you relentlessly focus on your own creative gifts. All that I am saying right now are simply just statements. They're statements to bring you to yourself. After a while, you won't need these types of statements anymore. You just won't need them. You may return for a few reminders, but in the end, everything you have manifested around you will remind you of these truths, the truth of who you are. All of the art that you create, the people that you have centered in your life, the books that you read, the art you consume even, it all begins to take shape around you. And what makes you feel closer to you and being present as who you truly are moment to moment will be all around you. But at the end of the day, your whole life will be this. You won't even need a reminder, because everything will remind you. What makes you feel closer to you will be all around you in the physical, because that's what you manifest when you're feeling these ways and you know yourself and you trust yourself and you know what it is that you want to do. Your whole life and all your work just reflects these things. It will have manifested in your physical when you apply these things that I'm saying, these statements, to your daily life and to your creative journey. It will start to manifest in your reality. I know, because it's happening for me. I look around and I see reminders and everything to be me, focus on myself, and it becomes more and more difficult to pay attention to these oppressors or the oppressive media or whatever it is that I could possibly be oppressed by. My work is for your prosperity and your eternal well-being, and I am here to serve you in attaining all that you have in your heart, and in doing the most gratifying, satisfying work there is for the welfare of others, which is your creative work, your being yourself. When we are being who we really are, no oppressor can oppress us, because we know exactly what's going on with them. We're working for their welfare even without them even knowing it, whether they know it or not, by being ourselves and doing what we need to do and not letting them tell us what to do and building resentment within us or whatever it might be, because we do not let anyone or anything stop us from being who we are. Thank you. I love you. I will see you on the next one. Bye.